what is everyone, welcome back to another Figma review, and this is one I left off a little while ago. If you haven't seen that unboxing video, you can check that one out now. I'll put the link in the description, but for now, let's check it out. This is the Figma Femto, the Hook of Darkness version. Now let's get right into it. So there is Figma Femto out of the box, and just in case you don't happen to know what this character is, he's basically the main antagonist from BERSERK, and probably one of the best story arcs from anything ever. And sadly, the best story arc in BERSERK, because pretty much once this character is unveiled, it goes next to absolutely nowhere from there. I could go on about that for hours, absolutely hours, but that's irrelevant. Let's check out the figure. So there is a quick look at the front and back of Femto without his wings, and the first thing I noticed is that coloring on this is pretty simplistic. It does look good, but it is simplistic. The dark navy blue with a glossy finish looks really good, but those highlights on there are a little bit ham-fisted. They're kind of just generally sprayed on there, and not exactly even both sides. It's a rough approach, and you don't really notice from a distance, but if you are kind of picky, then you may notice. Besides that, the only real difference is the face, and we've got those piercing Femto eyes and those bizarrely baby pink lips. Anyway, there is a quick side-by-side comparison with the face of the Figma Griffith. But anyway, let's stick those wings on there because he looks a bit like an aborted chicken fetus without them. Okay, so pull those pegs out. Pop, pop, pop. And there we go. 1, 2, and 3. And this is a little bit harder than I expected to be. All the parts kind of get in the way of each other. Hold up. Nope. So there is Femto with his wings attached, and I will say that this did cause me more trouble than I care to admit. They were a little bit hard to get on. But all in all, that looks much, much better. Okay, taking a look at the articulation, there's the head down, up, and side to side. This is incredibly limited. The wing all the way up, not much. Can move back and forward. We've got a big bend here. Some rotation. At the back, that moves up and down there, as well as bends up there. So there is the arm all the way up. That can rotate all the way around as you'd expect. There is the bend at the elbow, not a whole lot there. Wrist up, down, and around. Ab crunch to the front and to the back. Side to side, so pretty good. The leg all the way up to, whoa, to the back. Can you do the splits? Not really. The bend at the knee, up and down at the ankle. Rotation all the way around. And lastly, there's the toes all the way up and all the way what? Okay, so somehow, somewhere I lost my ruler. So there is a quick size comparison to a can of Red Bull. Also there's Figma Femto beside Figma Guts, Figma Griffith, Figma Samus, Figma Robocop, and the best Figma ever. So there is Figma Femto Hook of Darkness version with everything that it comes with. So as for hands, we get a grand total of 10, that's 5 pairs, and that's the default fists, a pair of holding hands, a pair of pointing hands, a pair of widespread open hands, as well as this contracted pair of open hands. And last up then, of course, is that absolutely fantastic looking behelit display stand, so let's get them in there. So first off with the wings, 2 and 3. And what? Wait a minute, you're meant to leave half of this cape part on. There we go. Looking good. Okay, so I poses the image as a reference like this. The small wing goes on this side. And strangely enough, this wing looks so much better than the standard one. I know that's the right color and all, but this one just looks so cool. But anyway, that means the big one goes on the other side. Again, looking absolutely fantastic. This little section here, that connects onto that part back there. So let's try and get that in. In he goes, and so far so good. Last part then is just sticking this part onto the side, and that right there looks amazing. So that is it for the review. Definitely better late than never, and what can I say to sum this up? All I can say is every BERSERK fan knows exactly this feeling. It's both awesome and disappointing at the same time. Basically, the figure itself is okay. It's not great, and to be honest, I wouldn't really recommend getting the version of the figure which is just the Figma itself. This behelit display stand, this is everything. With the figure in there, it looks so damn good. This is an absolutely amazing display piece. If you're a BERSERK fan or you just think this would look absolutely awesome on your shelf, I would say go for it. Again, the figure on its own, just the Figma, I think would be a little bit flat, a little bit disappointing. But the whole package is definitely nice. Very nice. But anyway, that is it for the review. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, make sure to come back for more Figma reviews. See you next time.